a motion that we go back into our regular council meeting. All in favor? All opposed? Now we'll go straight into item number 4. Item number 4, approval of minutes for the pre-council meeting and the regular city council meeting dated June 4, 2014.
Make a motion that the minutes for the pre-council meeting and regular council meeting of June 4, 2014 be suspended since all members have received a copy and that they be approved as submitted.
Second.
All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Item number 5, for approval of current bills. I make a motion that we'll approve bills in the amount of $274,637.78. That's taking out the $15,000 payment for retail strategies.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. Next is any reports from any of our consultants. Any reports that we have from any of our consultants?
Mr. President, I have a comment.
Yes.
I'd like to announce that we have been successful in launching the city's new website. Finally. We've had the website ready since Wednesday, but we're going over to the .gov domain, so we've been dealing with .gov, the government, and so we've been having to work through the servers, but we came up this morning. I'm going to leave the website address for those who want to get it, and I'll also post it on all of the social media pages in Irondale. So glad to have it up, and I would be remiss if I did not thank the employees of Irondale, the city of Irondale, who worked with me, and also Info Media. A gentleman by the name of Andrew Pearls was the web designer, and he's an Irondale resident. So I think it's going to be a site that's, that you will be proud of. We ask that you be interactive, send us some comments, suggestions on anything you'd like to see. This is the launch, it's not the end, it's the beginning. We'll continue to work, add content, and make it a site that you'll all be proud of.
Thank you. Thank you, good job. Any other reports from any of our consultants? If not, we'll go straight into the mayor's report. Mayor?
Yeah, I would like to report on the well. We drilled a new well. The test that we ran first on it when we did the test well was it produces 2,000 gallons a minute. We're down to 328 feet, and that's far as we're going. And we're going to start doing the test on it next week. We'll run a test for 24 hours, 2,000 gallons a minute for 24 hours. Then they will shut it down for a day and run a test for 3,000 gallons a minute at 6 hours. So that's a lot of water going to be coming out of the ground. That's a big stream. And I would like to report on Grants Mill Road. Has anybody been out Grants Mill Road across from the Auto Mall? They're working on it. They're moving dirt, getting it ready. So we got the road started and looking good out there. We got all the property bought. So we're ready to move forward with that and get it finished. So I hope we can get it finished by the end of the year. Thank you, Dr. Jackson.
Thank you, Mayor. Any other announcements, special guests? Since we don't have any, we'll go right to the department head reports. Do you have any reports from any of our department heads? All right. Next is the council member reports. I'll start off by saying that I'm pretty sure the councilors, they received their email today. The issue closed on our bonds, which is good. Just in case you don't know, that means Irondale, the city of Irondale is $345,000 richer. Plus, we have other funds in our account to pay for these projects that we have started on. So that's very good news for the city. So hopefully, if we can find some more money from somewhere, we'll really be in good shape. Also, I would like to report that the Holiday Orange Neighborhood Association had a I won't call it a picnic. Fun day. You know what? Instead of me giving a report, can I get one from either the vice president or the president of the Holiday Orange Neighborhood Association? If you don't mind.
But you sure can. We're going to the lot.
They're a tag team. Doing great things in Holiday Orange.
Oh,
under the leadership.
Hi, I'm Frida Williams, 5170 Cornell Drive, and I'm the new re-elected president of Holiday Gardens Neighborhood Association. We did have a Sunday last Saturday, and it turned out pretty good. It was just enough people, the weather was beautiful, fire truck came. I get excited about fire truck. But everybody had a good time, but as our association, we want to work hand in hand with you all to make our neighborhood better. There's a lot of things that need to be done. Right now, our concern is Round Garden. And whatever, whenever we're gonna meet about that, we need to be notified, and Mr. Stewart always does. But we need to be involved in what's going on in our neighborhood. Round Garden, like I said, is the main sore spot. They brought things in our neighborhood that aren't positive, and we need to get rid of it. We need to get rid of the negative. We have young kids, it can be a new and vibrant community, and this is what we have to do. But we have to work hand in hand with you, the police department, all departments. So, in your invitation, you have my number, and I'll accept it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Reed. Appreciate it. So basically, we have several good things going on in the holiday month here. Yes.
Ms. Williams, you mentioned about Holiday Gardens. You thought that was an angel speaking to you a few minutes ago.
It was.
Well, the only thing is, the mayor allowed me to get this report. You mentioned Rhyme Garden Inn. Yesterday, the fire inspector, the building inspector went to Rhyme Garden. They actually went through about 40-some-odd units. They have done a report. We're getting ready now to submit that report to the owner of the facility to see how they're going to proceed with getting some of those deficiencies that we found in the property. So we have moved on the Rhyme Garden deal. The city is moving forward to try to eradicate that problem instead.
And I also want to thank you all. We've given Bobby Joe Wilson and Mr. London a list of things that our concerns. Some of it has been taken care of, and we appreciate that and thank you. And I know the rest of it will be taken care of too. Down Elder Road, I see they've taken care of it. They put garbage cans there and garbage bags on different spots going up that hill, and it looks better. But they need to cut down the trees. But
I'll give you the mayor.
okay. But thank you for what you've done.
All right, appreciate it. A couple more announcements I have. If everyone haven't heard, the Enclave at Mountain Brook, they're going through a major renovation. I spoke with Mr. Heller, he's one of the owners of the property, who stated that the south side of Enclave were being totally redone. They're moving the tenants off of the south side into the north side, and if they don't have enough rooms or units on the north side, then I guess they'll have to go somewhere else. They're kind of recommending them to move to another location, but the renovation is taking place. Hopefully, you'll see some improvements starting in July. I spoke with Ms. Roman. She's with Paramount PR firm that's doing all the PR for Enclave at Mount Brook, and she's excited also. She wants to do a story on the progress that the Enclave is making. So if you receive a phone call from Ms. Roman from Paramount PR firm, that's what she's calling about, just to get a take on the council's input on what they think about the renovations that's going on up there in Enclave at Mount Brook. If you haven't been up there, you need to go, because they're making a big change. And I know the chief can kind of comment on that. We don't have as much, well, how can I say it, chief? We don't have as many issues up there that we used to. And that's a good thing.
It's down to 2 and 2 months, 2 calls. Crime has really dropped drastically.
He's making major changes with the people that's moving in there. Major changes. Just to let everyone know.
When we moved to Rhyme Garden.
I'm working on that.
Thank you, Councilman. That's all in our report. Councilman,
That's all I have.
Is that it, Councilman? That's all. All right, Council Biden? Council Sanderson?
Quit laughing.
I'm gonna give you some information about your district.
I have the privilege of serving on one of the League of Municipalities, easy for me to say, committees, the Finance Administrative and Intergovernmental Relations Committee, and we had our annual meeting today. And since I believe everybody on the council got a letter from the Appleseed Legal Foundation talking about payday interest loans, one of the things that I was able to do was convince the Fair Committee to recommend to the appropriate committee with the League of Municipalities and the state legislature that any loan interest in Alabama per the league be limited to 18 to 21%, which would do away with some of these businesses. And if you weren't aware of it, some of the payday loans, if you figure them on an annual basis, are over 400%. So this is something that preys on those that can least afford it. And, I think it's something that if we can legislate it out of existence, or at least to something that would be as reasonable as a credit card, which ain't very reasonable to begin with, then we need to do it. So I just wanted to pass on to you that the league is moving on that issue. Thank you.
I got a letter last week from the other side saying how wrong we are trying to do something in Irondale. A few cities have moratoriums, and we're one of them. And I didn't even answer their letter.
All right. Good news. Council Bearden?
Well, Tommy Joe, you and I have been fussing with Dr. Rhodes on Overton Road.
We haven't just been discussing it.
Yeah, well, I've been discussing it with the county too, but it hasn't done any good. But this morning, left for work, and we have a bunch of trucks out there, and they're tearing up the road around one of the manholes where the road is sunk down so bad, and when they got through patching it, it felt like, as Cal said, it felt like a roller coaster riding over it. It's as bad now as it was.
Oh,
when they
no.
started. Yeah, terrible.
Well, I got a meeting with the Mayor's Association. They're gonna have the county there, and we're gonna discuss them fixing their county roads, and that's really part of the meeting.
They can't even fix one, because when they got through cutting up the road and patching it, it boom, 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 from all the way to it. But,
They probably forgot how.
I probably did. And, one other thing, Donna.
Yes, sir.
Hunter Ridge Apartments, that's in your district.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna have Family Fun Day this coming Saturday from 12 to 4.
Okay.
It's for the residents at Hunter Ridge, and they've invited Gideon, which y'all remember, up to come and hand out Bibles and Sheriff Johnson. So we'll be there, Gideon's, from 12 to 4 this coming Saturday.
Can I just say one thing? The resident manager there, she is very proactive.
Yeah.
And she has really done some wonderful things. I think the police calls and the fire calls have probably been cut down to half. That may be an exaggeration. But it used to be, Highway 11 used to be a solid salary. And they were all going Hunter Ridge. And she has really done a terrific job cleaning up and being very proactive and improving Hunter Ridge. So kudos to her.
Yeah, I think she's doing a good job.
Yeah,
too.
she is doing a good job.
There's something I should have mentioned a while ago. In Ryan Garden Inn, in the last 12 months, we've had 403 calls.
Wow.
More than one a day.
Thank you, Council Bearden. Next, any report from any of our boards or non-council committees? One other thing I would like to ask, I got a question, Brandon. Do we have any report on the ethics thing that was brought up?
I haven't heard anything since the last time I spoke to them.
So we still don't have anything on
But
the,
I can call them tomorrow.
can we get an update on the former CDA board ethics violation that was submitted?
the mayor a question, if you can, before we get through. I thought about it while we were talking about the water department. Joe, you suppose we could talk to our state representative or state senator in Montgomery and see if they could take a bill before the legislature to allow us to go out from under Jefferson County personnel board? I mean, they are ahead.
It's not gonna happen, I'll tell you
There are
why.
headaches.
And all the mayors would love that, but it's not gonna happen because they're employees. And they outnumber us 1,000 to 1. Employees in the system, I just don't think it ever happened.
The individual cities don't need to be governed by the county.
Well, we are.
So why can't we be the first to step out of office?
You can't get out of it, it's a state law.
Well, you can make a state law to take you out.
You can, but I'm saying it's not gonna happen because the state legislature's not gonna listen to you. Because there's 1,000 employees to 1 councilman. And, you know, we have presented this in different ways and we've always failed.
Yeah, the Mayor's
Like, when
Association,
did you get Charlie?
the Mayor's Association just had this, was it last year, Mayor?
Yeah.
And it didn't even gain any traction when they tried to, the mayors went down to Montgomery and met with the state legislators, but didn't gain any traction for them to try to propose legislation that would allow cities to get out of the board.
We're under an Alien Act of 1935, and it happened during the spoil system, and this is why it came about. Every time a new council and mayor or commissioner would come in, they fire everybody that was already there and hire their own people. Well, they went down in 1935 and passed the Enabling Act, and that's what we got in the state law. We're the only county in the state that has it, but it's still state law.
It's just a different.
All right, we'll get back on.
If y'all can annex some land in St. Clair County, we can get out
So
of
they
it.
get out of line, they can take it out.
Maybe we could de-annex from Jefferson County.
Let's get back on the agenda items. Anything else, Council Bill? All right, next is the public hearing, resolution 2014-R-89 to declare overgrown weeds to be a public nuisance and eliminate a nuisance upon private property at several locations throughout the city.
I make a motion that we go out of regular council meeting and go into a public hearing.
Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Now's the time for a public hearing on, anyone has any comments or any statements they would like to make on the overgrown weeds public nuisance? Yes. Mhm.
First of all, I want to ask, is there anybody out there in the audience tonight that received a certified letter pertaining to overgrown lots? Well, since we don't have anybody out there, it's nobody to speak to.
We'll close it.
I
Since we
make a
don't have-
motion that we leave public hearing and return to the regular council meeting.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Next item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda with these amendments. Item number 1, that will be under consent. Item number 2 under consent. Item number 5 to read, consider resolution 2014-R-91 to authorize the mayor to contract with Clearwater Solutions for 1 year to manage the water department in an amount not to exceed $113,000. Item number 7 will read consider resolution 2014-93 to approve Barnard Lawn Card as coordinator for the Irondale Festival, time and place to be determined. Item number 8.
Is there an amount on that contract?
Yeah, the contract amount, $1,500.
Also,
Yes.
Mr. President, should that be R92?
Should be 93.
93.
What am I looking at?
Number 6 is 92.
No, that's the ordinance.
It's still, you know,
Ordinance.
ordinance and consecutive order.
99, 99, 192. That's what I'm saying,